Telephone number 310-673-5423. You can call us toll-free from anywhere inside of the United Snakes, and that is at toll-free 800-842-1409. If you're in the UK, we have a special hotline set up just for you. Call us on our UK line at 208-002-9096. And lastly, for those of you who want to email us at info@libradio.com. Let us welcome back our guest today, Mr. Neely Fuller. Welcome back to LIB Radio.
Thank you.
There is just so much to explore this conversation, especially you speak with such a precision of conversation, and I make notes in the background, and there's so many tangential ideas that come from that. We've got our first phone caller who's calling in. I would like to share that caller with you, if you please. Caller,
yes.
You are live on LIB Radio. Give us your name and where you're calling from.
This is BT, Barber's Own Barbershop, Mapleton.
Greetings,
Georgia.
BT, from Mapleton, Georgia. You're on with Neely Fuller.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
I'm still learning.
Hey, brother, it's blowing us away right here, man, on the East Coast, listening to what you're saying, because it's so precise, because their system has been so effective. Now, what was the name? We tried to write it down, the capitulary codes. Can you explain, go in more in depth?
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yes, the name, first begin with the name, and you see, if we could just explore a little more in depth of what's in the book.
All right. It's called the United Independent Compensatory Code/System/Concept. The United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. Now that's the title of the concept and the title of the book, but that doesn't explain anything. Okay. So I have a subtitle that kind of points to what the book is really about, the essence of the book, that is more easily understandable, and that is a textbook, workbook for thought, speech, and/or action for victims of racism. In parenthesis, you have white supremacy behind the word racism. A textbook, workbook for thought, speech, and/or action for victims of racism. And racism being defined as white supremacy. White supremacy is racism. Racism is white supremacy. That's a long title, the basic title, the United Independent Compensatory Code System Concept. I tried to think of a way to shorten it, but there's no way to do that, and at the same time, in a title, explain exactly what the book is about. But the united part is, theoretically, in order to solve anything, you have to have some type of unity. And the best way for black people to unite is by the use of a code. You can't unite with another person, and that's where we make mistakes. But we were led to do that because people, including slave masters, we always focus on the slave master rather than the system that the slave master had set up. Because it's the slave master or someone acting in the slave master's behalf who always told us verbally what to do each and every day. So we got in the habit of always fixing our eyes on people, which is a part of it, but it's not adequate. You also must understand how the entire system works. And one of the opening phrases, statements in the book, in fact, the opening statement in the book, first page, is, if you do not understand white supremacy, what it is, and how it works, everything else that you understand will only confuse you. So, this book, first of all, gives a sort of an overview of what white supremacy is about. doesn't go into a lot of detail, but it gives an overview of the beginning of it. And it doesn't say very much about that because I really don't know when it began. It's not important when it began. What is important is to know how it's put together and how it works. You may not know who made a car, but if you know how a car works, you can get into a car that you have never seen before. But if you know the basic principles of how a car works, you can not only drive a car, start it up and drive it, but if you study up, you can raise the hood. You know just about what you're in at. If you've ever seen a battery before, what a battery does what a battery does. If you know what a carburetor does what a carburetor does. A radiator does what it does. Windshield wipers do what windshield wipers do. It's the same way with the system of white supremacy. You might know the history of it, but know what to do about it if you understand how it works. And you can start at any point getting that understanding. And starting with knowing what it's for, just like what a car is for. It's a means of transportation. Mm-hmm. It's not a basketball. It's not a hat rack. It's not a stationary building that is designed specifically for people to get in. For the most part, the average passenger automobile. So you know that it's designed primarily as four wheels to get you from one point to another. The system of white supremacy is just like any other system, but you have to understand how it's put together in order to take it apart. And this is what the textbook of white supremacy is about. And it starts with the use of words, because that's how the white supremacists put their package together. They back their words up with force. But the most powerful element in the system of white supremacy is the way that they talk, the way that they use words, and the way that people react to the words that are said.
Did you have a follow-up question you wanted to leave with Mr. Neely Fuller today, Brother BT?
Where do I get this book?
Oh, you can, around the Atlanta area, if you're in, get it, the Shrine of the Black Madonna, they still have some in stock, or you direct me for the price of $15.
And what we'll do, Brother BT, we want you to have a pen and paper handy. We're going to be taking our top of the hour break here real soon. And everybody get a pen and paper handy. We're going to have Mr. Fuller give you the specifics of how to order the book directly from him, because I'm a firm believer that as we concentrate our money directly in the author's pocket, that's the best way that we can support their ongoing research.
That's right. And I thank you very much. Keita, you're doing a wonderful job with LIB, brother. We're proud of you over here, and we're doing our best to get more and more people involved.
We're so proud of what we are all doing, Brother BT. As I often say, we are fingers on the same hand. And when these fingers work together in the precise way that our divine creation intended, that hand then knows its own power. Thanks for calling in today, Brother BT.
All right. Peace, Brother Neely. Thank you, brother. So we unite with the use of code, not with people, right?
Yes, see, people really, they are uniting around it, whether they're aware of it or not. Because what the people do when so come together, that's a cliche term that black people use all the time. We say, when are black people going to come together? There's no such thing as coming together. What you do is agree on a given set of actions. That's what it comes down to. At the end of the day, it comes down to what people do and what people say. These are actions, saying and doing. Saying and doing. All day long you are saying something and or you are doing something. And so when people are saying and doing a specific thing, regardless of where they happen to be, it affects everything that's going on everywhere. Because people are saying and doing things. The white supremacists understand this. Black people think that they have to look up and actually physically see other black men get it done. The white supremacists laugh at that because white supremacists act alone because he's acting according to he or she, non-people, one white person with a code, the white code, and they are the only ones